Hello, Sanbonani. My name is Lungsan Hlongwa, and today I have got another message for you, which is based on the parable of the talents. It's found in Matthew chapter 25, and it's a parable that Jesus shares with his disciples. He's like, the kingdom of heaven is like a master that had servants, and he was about to go on a long journey. And he goes to his servants, 3 of them, and he gives them talents. In the scripture, talents are literally money, right? But another interpretation of it is that talents are talents, right? In the sense that they are your abilities, what you're capable and able, and what you're gifted in being able to do, right? So the first servant gets 5 talents. He invests them, and when the master comes back, he says, "Well done, good and faithful servant," right? And he blesses him with more. Then the second servant gets given 3 talents, and he too invests them. And when the master comes back, he gets told, he reports, and he gets told, "Well done, good and faithful servant," and he gets blessed with more. Then there's the third servant, though. The third servant gets given 1 talent, right? And it explicitly says that they are given talents in accordance with their abilities. And the third servant puts it away, right? He doesn't invest the talents, right? And when the master comes back, he says, that he didn't invest the money. Instead, he kept it beneath or underneath his mattress, and here it is, right? And this part I have to read exactly as it is, right? Remember what he said for the first 2 servants, right? Now, this is his response to the third servant who did not invest the funds or the money or the talents. But his master responded, "You wicked, lazy servant. You knew that I reap where I didn't sow and gather where I scattered no seed. Then you should have brought my money to the brokers, and when I came, I would have received it back with interest. Therefore, take the talents away from him and give it to the one who has 10 talents." Right? The first servant was given double, right? Because he'd been given 5 initially, then he was given another 5 more, so he had 10. Now he's getting given more, right? For to the one who has more shall be given, and he shall have an abundance. But for the one who does not have, even what he does have shall be taken away. Throw the worthless servant out into the outer darkness, where there is weeping and gnashing of teeth. Right? The essence of the message for today is this, right? There are 2 things. On the one hand, the message is use your talents, right? That's the principal message. Use your talents. Use the things that God gave you, right? Because if you use them, if you invest them, you will be rewarded and you will have an abundance, right? That's on the one hand. On the other hand, use your talents. If you do not use them, then you will be punished. You will endure consequences for that, right? So if you don't use your abilities, you don't use your ability to speak, you don't use your ability to write, you don't use your ability to sing, you don't use your ability to paint, you don't use your ability to cook or to bake, right? There are consequences for that, right? And even if you're not given a huge platform to do it, even if you're not given a huge amount of the talents, but you are given a certain amount of the talents, and with that, even if it's 1 talent, you ought to use it in a way to invest it to get some sort of return back. So if you have an ability to speak, you don't necessarily have to be in front of 10,000 people at an auditorium. You can just speak to the people in your family. You can speak to the people that are close to you. You can speak to whichever group or small group of people that you can get in front of. That's the simple message. Use your talents, because if you do, there will be an abundance. If you don't, there will be consequences. That's the gist of it. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Sharp.